Matthew in Montreal, Canada writes, and he says, Paul, in a two-channel system, what do you believe is the appropriate order of operations, so to speak, when upgrading components? Of course, speakers are a central concern, but at what point is it more equally important to upgrade your amp, your preamp, your source, etc.? You know, I get asked this question a lot, and it's always to do with, well, if I can only upgrade one piece of equipment, what's the most important? And my answer is always the same: loudspeakers. Make sure you start with great loudspeakers. And then, what's next? So let's say you have a pair of great loudspeakers. Should you upgrade the amplifier, the preamplifier, the source, the DAC? I mean, we can't always upgrade everything at the same time as much as we'd like to, right? That just gets expensive, and it gets, I don't even know if that's a good idea unless you really know the brand that you're dealing with and what your expectations are. I have always been an advocate of take it slow, take it one step at a time. Don't go out and just buy a whole bunch of stuff and just hope that it all works together, right? So there's a couple of ways to look at it. Let's imagine that you're talking about a digital audio system. So maybe you got a turntable, but basically this is a digital audio system. Then if you have a great pair of speakers, the very first thing you should do is upgrade the DAC. The DAC is where most of our sound quality is going to come from. Look, if you have a great DAC, a really excellent sounding DAC, you can take a $9, I don't know if they have $9, but probably $30 CD player, take the digital output from it, plug it into that great DAC, and you will have spectacular sound. Guaranteed. If we did the opposite, if we had a meh DAC that was just okay, and we put a $10,000 source on it, yeah, it'll sound a little better, but it's almost as if you're trying to squeeze this wonderful, perfect signal through something that doesn't really appreciate it, is a way to put it. So always be working backwards if you can, right? And I know people say, well, you got to have the great source, because if you don't have the great source, you can't get it off in the first place. Yeah. All that's great. But I guarantee you that a Walmart CD player, for however much Walmart sells CD players for these days, into a great DAC will always sound better than the opposite. And that's just, we call them PMFs, a Paul McGowan fact. Take it for what it's worth, right? It's a Paul McGowan fact. But seriously, you'll do much better working your way down the chain. Amps are important, absolutely. Preamps, absolutely. But in a digital system, that's going to be where it's all going. Now, if we're talking a vinyl system, turntable, super important, but, and cartridge, that phono preamp, oh boy, get that right, and anything you plug into it's going to sound really good. Can you get better with a better turntable? Absolutely. Does it matter? Absolutely. But go for that phono preamplifier like that DAC, and that's where you focus on. Okay? Thanks for the question. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.